3. Going to recap where we are. So on Hoogland's side, 3 lands in play, all 3 colors. He has a Wall of Roots, that's a 0/4, and a Spellskite, that's a 0/4. On Tony's side, 4 lands, a Wall of Roots, that's a 0/4. 3 cards in hand for Hoogland. About the same number for Tony.
It looks like we got here before the start. The board started to look like a just cluttered mess.
Well, it's interesting. In this matchup, I think the board can clutter. At the same time, there's just a lot of explosive plays, you know, coming out of each player's hand that you have to watch out for.
Yeah, you don't have a ton of ways to stop your opponent from comboing.
Tony, while Jeff's tapped out, is going to go ahead and chord for 3, it looks like. Takes the damage off the Horizon Canopy.
This could be Fulminator Mage if he's chording this aggressively.
That's really interesting. Now, we're going to do a check whether either player is playing, neither of them is playing the Linvala as a 3/4. That's something that's a trump in this sort of matchup. Looks like Tony will get Eternal Witness. Has the option of buying back that Chord of Calling or getting back a Lightning Helix.
Presumably, in the face of Spellskite, this is just going to be a rebot chord.
So we go over to Hoogland's turn. He plays a 4th land. And plays an Eternal Witness of his own. This is going to get Lightning Helix for Hoogland. Now, he doesn't have the mana to cast Lightning Helix just now.
Now with the Wall of Roots down to 3 toughness, that Helix on Hoogland's side looks a lot better than a Helix would have been on Lee's side.
Hoogland could have used Wall of Roots. This is interesting. If he wanted to leave up Lightning Helix, he could have used Wall of Roots to pay for the Eternal Witness, but decided against it.
Yeah, conserving counters.
Sure. On Tony's side, the card he rebought last turn was a copy of Path to Exile out of his graveyard.
It's likely that Hoogland is wants that Helix in hand to deal with something more impactful, try to catch Kiki-Jiki, stop Tony from killing him in a turn or 2.
Yeah, if he doesn't anticipate the need to Helix anything this turn, he may just want to save the counter for his Wall of Roots.
Yeah, Tony has a good amount of mana here. You know, the Helix on Wall of Roots takes Tony off of 2 Chord of Calling mana, so it is significant, though it's not the battle that Jeff is committing to fighting.
For Tony's side, it's going to be another Chord of Calling.
This one smells like a Restoration Angel.
Looks like indeed. Restoration Angel targeting Eternal Witness. And Jeff's going to Path to Exile that Eternal Witness. He was at the ready.
And that'll help explain why he took down the Lightning Helix mana.
A little bit of a bait and switch there. Trying to say, yeah, I forgot to leave up Lightning Helix. Maybe you should try to do something.
Yeah, Jeff might have sold a little bit, looked at his mana after he got the Helix back. Dang it! I'm such a dummy.
Yeah, those are plays there. Those gotcha plays that can reward you so well. Jeff draws, passes the turn. We go back over to Tony. He had 2 Chord of Callings. Now both are in the yard. See if he has something to rebuild with. They know there's a Lightning Helix in Jeff's hand. Can't go for anything like Kiki-Jiki just yet.
Eric Tucker, please come to the scorekeeper stage. Eric Tucker.
So he'll go for some attacks. A Restoration Angel flies over. That'll put Hoogland down to 13. Tony will put his Wall of Roots down to 1 to draw a card. 4th counter on it. Uses Horizon Canopy to get that extra card. He's got a threat of 3 in the air from Restoration Angel, but I would imagine he wants more than that. He'll play Fulminator Mage. And then a Noble Hierarch. Some sequencing on Tony's side. I think if he does this pre-combat, he can get an additional point of damage off the Restoration Angel.
Right, he'd be able to have Exalted. And the way that he played out his turn, aggressively using Wall of Roots mana, he's heavily telegraphing Path to Exile to Jeff.
Well, I mean, Jeff knows. Jeff saw him get it back with the Eternal Witness.
He's suggesting that he wants to do it this turn.
Sure. Jeff plays land 5 and passes 3 cards in his hand. Jeff just he's been behind on the top deck war. Tony's got multiple chords. Looks like Jeff is lighter on action. He is buying time until he draws into the meteor part of the deck.
There's still going to be a little bit of time when both players can stare each other a little bit, do a little bit of setup. The Restoration Angel won't be lethal for a little bit yet.
I think it's another chord of calling. Chord number 3 here for Tony. Gonna go and get Kiki Jiki. Now he knows about the Lightning Helix in Hoogland's hand. Hoogland will Helix the Kiki Jiki.
Yeah, even still, though, this is going to be an attack for 6 off of Restoration Angels this turn.
Yeah, targeted the Restoration Angel. Now there's another line, so Jeff will take the damage here. If Tony chords for Kiki Jiki and then just doesn't tap it, he can effectively freeze out Jeff's mana.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Because if Jeff ever were to try to Helix the Kiki Jiki, Kiki would copy Angel, Angel would flicker the Kiki Jiki, and then, yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah, could be setting up for something like Eternal Witness to get the Kiki back. Maybe he's not that concerned about choking Jeff's mana.
Hoogland down to 12 here. 10. Life totals are correct now. Jeff on his turn played Horizon Canopy and cracked it to draw a card. Now he'll play Wall of Omens, draw another card. Pass his turn down to 6. Here's Restoration Angel from Tony. It's 6 more power in the air, and that's going to be game and the match for Tony Lee, winning in 3 over Jeff Hoogland in the Kiki Chord Mirror.
Turns out that flying is still a just super good mechanic. Restoration Angel also still a super messed up Magic card.
Yeah, it was, in a lot of ways, Tony drew a lot more action there.